man. Welcome to the MyFRNDSndME podcast. We're here. And you see, me and Quay got some friends. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. P.
Yep.
I pointed. I didn't know if you caught me.
Quad Knowledge Godrillion.
That's right.
Okay.
L.
That's
Okay.
right.
Where'd you come up with that?
For the knowledge of God will train you is what it means.
Okay.
So that's where I came up with it. For the knowledge of God will train you. God is the knowledge to do what you want to do. God is the creator. So if you just know what you want to do, you could create it.
Okay.
Facts. I like that.
I mean,
I respect that.
you put it in a much better way than I would have. I'd have just gave it, the straight, simple way to people. But I like that, the way you said that, because it gives you a different meaning to something, but it actually gives you, the same result.
What's crazy, as long as I knew you, I didn't even know that's what it was. Yeah. That's wild.
That's crazy. But
Learn something new every day.
Well, I'm Uncle Wavy everywhere I go, nigga.
Okay. Okay.
You can speak up more to the, what I mean?
Look, see? You're supposed to make this a little loose. Now you good, though.
Look,
Good,
anything it's the spirits. It's Quay, it's the spirits.
You
bro.
did, I'm not even going to hold you. You did say, it was off balance today. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
you
I
definitely
told
did
you,
say
bro.
that.
I told
You
you
definitely
it was
did
on
say that.
balance. It was the spirits, bro. They was on some otherness, but I'm gonna get it right, bro.
You definitely, 100%. I mean, we in the trenches, just so y'all understand. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you got to start from the bottom and make it work.
We ain't editing this shit out.
Nah. We ain't got to do that. You could see everything we doing. So whoever out there who want to start their own or want to find some motivation, you can see, listen, we ain't perfect. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be perfect, but as long as you find ways to perfect your craft as you keep moving forward, just get that done, man. Real talk. But
it's about doing something.
Nah, it's straight.
I be moving a lot.
I mean, you do, But Wave, you was interested.
Nervous.
You was
Uncle Wavy.
Okay, Uncle
That's
Wave.
everywhere I go.
That's right.
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, he's one third. It's 2/3 of the Everything 100 podcast here.
One-third of Everything
You know what I'm
100,
saying?
man.
We're gonna come back with the full Everything 100 cast and actually bring him to to MyFRNDSndME and set and probably do something where it's together. You know what I'm
Stay
saying?
tuned for that.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Bro, I'm glad we decided to put this couch here.
Yeah.
Because last episode I was really chill. Now I'm really chill. I even got the hookah.
Yeah.
I'm really chill this time, bro. I appreciate you. That was that production mindset in the go. But yo, to really talk about what we was just talking about, do you feel after hearing the thoughts of some of the brothers in the room of Nas and Jay-Z, you still think Nas is a more conscious rapper than Jay-Z? And after me giving you the definition?
After you gave me the definition, I mean, everybody got their own opinion. You get what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to change yours.
All right, so
Yo, I ain't gonna lie,
all right, so
yo,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Like now that I think more and more about everything Jay-Z's been releasing, I'm past past tense. Now I'm starting to think more, especially the fact that I got this bunch of OGs in this motherfucking room. So
yo, you gonna reconsider that?
it's not being forced though. Like I still believe Hov taught me how to, no matter what, no matter how much my back was against the wall, ashy knuckles, no matter what, get out there, do something, get your grind on, make sure you get this paper. You feel what I'm saying? Find some way to get it. And that's what more so I took from Hov. You get what I'm saying? The motivation to push me. You know what I'm saying? The motivation to change my mindset on it doesn't matter that I come from this type of environment. You know what I mean? He's sitting there telling me, no, it don't matter. I came up like this. I sold all types of drugs. It doesn't matter what the fuck you doing. You can still do the same shit I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the way I see it. So I mean, now that I'm starting to talk more, Hov was more conscious, man. And it's not that. It's just the more that I talk and the more that I'm speaking, I'm remembering.
You know
more
what's wild
shit.
though? But I'll tell you one thing. I think Nas was more spiritual in the beginning than Hov was, like through his music and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So that's where I got mixed up.
Kind of developed that later, and he even mentioned it in his music that how B was the person that really got him into it. You know what I mean? Into the spiritual side. That's why you see now, like he ain't cutting his hair. Bro, I decided the other day I don't think I'm gonna cut my hair no more.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look like, man. the wild Middle Eastern person, but I said I ain't cutting it no more, bruh.
Nah,
I said I ain't cutting it no more.
Nah, I
I
said the
don't
same
want to. I'm gonna get shaped up, like my beard shaped up.
But you ain't cutting the hair no nothing.
Nah, I'm not cutting no more, bruh.
I hear you.
No more. I'm gonna just let it grow. And my joint grow all different type of ways.
Just gonna let it root out.
Nah, it's all right, man. You got like decent texture to your shit, so you good, man.
You know, I ain't even gonna say what I got, but you can see it if you know me. You know,
yeah.
Middle Eastern.
All right, that's what it is.
Yo, but about the music, while we was on the music, I was thinking about something that I was seeing on Clubhouse yesterday. I wanted to ask y'all, do you think the South saved hip hop music? Because you know how everyone's like, yo, the South came into the game and then they just elevated where hip hop music was, the amount of money artists make, the amount of, you know.
So my question is,
the South
the
been in the
contracts
game.
got bigger.
They've been in the game for a long time. So, well, you know, I grew up in the South. So
Well, yeah,
Okay.
a lot of the music I listen to is Southern music, especially now. Like a lot of the new Southern artists and shit like that. Like I listen to a lot of them. So like, I mean, but they've been in the game. It's just I think they just started popping more because their sound. They got a different type of sound that like everybody fuck with.
Yeah.
And no matter how they say it, and then they got different slangs. They got different places in the South. They got different slangs that mean the same shit, but when they put it in a song, it sounds different. Now you make a hook out of it. People start like they gravitate to that type of sound. You know what I'm saying?
Because it was like people were kind of getting tired of like the boom bap. You know what I mean? The East Coast wave of hip hop in a sense, and the South came through with a strong presence.
Yeah.
So my question is there a difference between rap and hip hop?
Oh yeah.
It is.
Because when you start to think like that, is the South saving hip hop or is the South saving rap?
I mean, anyone else? But I would say hip hop. The South. I don't believe they saved hip hop. I don't believe they saved hip hop.
I think rap. I don't know. KRS-One.
They didn't.
Yeah, when I see rap, that's how I feel it. That's how I see it. When I hear rap, I think it's straight bars. Like, when I hear hip hop, I hear melodies,
freestyles and bars.
I hear, you know what I mean, those type of things.
Shit you could dance to, shit you can move around and shit. Like that's why I think when I hear hip hop and
how you feel? How you feel, P? Because you the OG right now.
When
so
I hear hip hop, I think of the old school. Like
so when you hear rap,
so
do you think
I
the
was
same
totally
thing?
different than what y'all was saying.
See, that's
like,
why I'm at.
I was like hip hop. That's old school to me.
So when you hear rap, you
rap
think
is the fake. You know what I mean? They ain't really talking about nothing. Hip hop.
I feel like anyone can rap.
Yeah, exactly.
But how many people could give you that hip hop that's gonna make you think?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a lot of South artists that spit and just make you think. Like, yo, that was some fire shit he just said.
Who you think is the number one artist out of the South if you had to give it to one person? In that regard, then
the number one artist in the South that's relevant right now.
Just period. Just period. Yeah, we going overall. I want to hear everyone. I want to hear everyone.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm
gonna be honest. In my opinion, I really feel Outkast to me. You feel what I'm saying? Outkast to me.
You saying overall?
As hip hop. No. As hip hop. As hip hop.
As hip hop.
Hip hop slash rap.
Okay, hip hop slash rap. But you also got Pusha T is.
He's mid Atlantic, but I give you that.
No, but you saying South? You think of VA?
South. No. That's
you thinking
South
dirty South?
No, South is Carolinas and below.
So you thinking dirty South?
Yeah, I guess so.
Listen. When I lived in VA, right? And then I moved from VA. Niggas used to be like, "Oh, you sound country as fuck."
They still country.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's not South to you.
It's just certain words.
It is
that's
South.
Just different. I was there for 4 years.
If you go down
it's just
there and you
words.
hear them and you like, oh yeah. When you hear him all the way in like Petersburg and shit, like when you hear how they talk, you be
Petersburg
like,
is the trap.
That's where we lived.
What?
Yeah.
I salute y'all. For making it out of that. Because, yo, listen, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
he lived there longer than me. He lived there. He lived there longer. He got it tatted on him, actually.
That's
he
crazy.
Got his hood. Yeah. He
Oh,
got his
yeah.
tatted on him.
Pekin Street, all that.
Yo, because, man, listen.
Mob, nigga.
You
That's
know,
it.
people talk about, like, Norfolk, down like Berkeley and like downtown areas, even like Portsmouth got some wild areas, but like
Richmond, Hopewell,
Petersburg, they do too.
Yeah,
but Petersburg, man, listen, it's a whole different. So I respect anyone that come up out of there, bro, for real.
Trey, we definitely did.
That's what Trey came out of.
Who?
Trey Songz. He from Petersburg.
Oh yeah. I remember because in that Just Gotta Make It song when he first came out.
But I still want to know who's your top artist from the South.
All right, so right
you said
now,
Outkast. You going with that? Sticking with that?
Nah, because if you talking about hip hop, but you saying hip hop slash rap,
Right.
so now it's I gotta switch it up. So
It's kind of hard for me.
do you consider Houston?
Yeah, all that. We're gonna put all that together. We ain't gonna make it hard.
So I mean, a lot of people might not know, but R.I.P. Mo 3, that hands down my favorite artist, and I don't
Ever?
care. Huh?
I'm talking ever.
You saying ever?
Yeah, like not just right now in this moment. I'm talking like who's the best? Who do you feel like the
For the
best
last-
artist is from the South? Period.
So it has to be between Boozy and you know what I mean, Boozy and Mo 3.
Cool.
Let me keep it above with you.
John, why you
That's just
laughing?
me. That's just me.
Why you laughing?
That's just me. Nah, cause
Yo, we gotta get him a mic
no,
next time.
100%. No, 100%.
We gotta get him a mic next time.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm
dying.
gonna tell you right now. Because to me, because you asking me more so like my, you know what I mean,
No,
my type. You
yeah,
get what I'm saying?
okay.
If-
So you got yours.
Yeah,
You
I
got
mine.
yours.
Yeah.
You sticking with that? Though.
I'm sticking with
All
mine.
right,
You know what I
stand
mean?
on it. I just need
If
you
Mo
to.
3 ain't, you know what I mean?
Long
I
as you-
guarantee you, he would have been one of the most dangerous artists in the game.
Long
period.
as you stand on it, I'm good. P, who you got?
Ross.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh, now see,
That's
now,
a good one, Rick Ross.
man, I should have just pulled my playlist out, man.
Nah, you cheating, bruh. You like this is this. You
Why
got
did I say my nigga Jeezy?
Nah,
Like,
bro.
what the fuck, nigga?
Yeah, I don't know,
Jeezy,
bro.
nigga.
You
Why
got
did I
it.
say Jeezy, man?
Pete, I respect
cool.
that. What you
It's
got,
cool.
bro?
There's too many for me. There's
Yeah,
too
who you
many.
got?
There's way too many. You got Boosie, Gotti.
Okay.
You got
Gotti meant
T.I.
West,
You
but
got
yeah.
Jeezy. You got from back then.
Yeah, yeah,
even
absolutely.
Gucci. I'm sorry, a lot of niggas gonna be like, oh Gucci, but even Gucci back then when him and Gotti did they shit, nigga, bricks,
They-
all white
Bricks.
all white.
Now
What you talking about?
that's
Nigga, that's my shit. Back then I used to have a hood jumping all every day. Nigga.
Gucci
My life.
dope, but
But who really impact like the boss? Stop playing.
Who Rick?
Rick Ross.
None of them niggas fucking with Rick Ross.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. Who you
somewhat
got?
agree.
Who
I
you
can
got?
somewhat agree
You
with it.
you got you gonna
mean-
go with Ross? Who you gonna go with?
you choose, yeah, because I didn't say Jeezy, man. That nigga motivated me a lot.
Cause I'm gonna say mine and y'all just gonna be like, oh nah, ain't no way.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Scarface ain't gonna win it.
I'm gonna say Tip. I'm gonna go with Tip.
Yo,
I'm
we
gonna go with
gotta
Tip.
give him a mic.
I'm gonna go with Tip.
100%. 100%.
I'ma go with
Next
Tip.
You said Tip?
I'm gonna go with Tip.
Oh yeah, that's
TIP.
fire. Yeah,
I'ma
go with
TIP,
Tip.
Hustle Gang.
to- okay.
Second place all day.
I'm gonna go with. But Rick and Tip, they boys, they family, so they
All right, so
they do their
so
thing.
so who
But
you
Rick
got?
is a good pick though. I
You said
like.
who do I have?
Yeah, who you got?
I have the GOAT of the South, Lil Wayne.
Oh, this and it's crazy because that popped in my head too. That's
Period.
Louisiana. Or
There's just not.
But is he
Yo,
South
hold
or
on,
that
hold on.
Midwest?
That's
What?
Louisiana.
Yeah, but look,
That's
bruh, he
South.
from the bottom where
I
where,
know.
where
I'm
the
just
spirit came
trying. You
from.
know what I mean? I'm
Don't
trying to be
play
extra.
with it.
I'm trying to be
we already,
extra.
listen, man. The spirit's already been weird today.
That's
Don't
what
start
Soulja
speaking
did from.
Louisiana, bro. I'm telling you, some different type of
Nah.
spirits come up when you start talking about that.
Hell no, Louisiana. Them niggas is nice over there.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
For some reason I wasn't thinking Wayne, but Wayne.
Little
Yeah,
Wayne,
see,
Wayne hot.
bro.
Wayne hot.
Straight.
Little Wayne been running shit.
A long time.
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want
Since
to
he
be
was like
technical,
14.
yeah,
Going hard.
you want to be technical, then I kind of switched up.
First time we heard Wayne CD, I was probably like 9 years old.
Looked at him like,
and he
Huh?
I was like 9 years old when I heard my first song from Wayne.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
you got a point. He definitely got a point. Rick Ross didn't hit that. Yeah.
All right, that's all right. Jaws got P. Jaws got P. We're gonna get him a mic though. But Jaws got P. You got
I pick Boozy overall. I'm being honest. You want to
know what's so
I'm
crazy?
keep it real.
Boosie is my guy.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Boosie
Nah,
is
it's just
from the
because
South. Woo.
it's just because like how I grew up. You feel what I'm saying? And the type of music I was influenced by, and the shit I was actually doing outside.
Word.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like I just resonate. Like from the time when he made that, I still think
Set
it's a
it
corny
off in this
song. I still think Zoom is a corny
Set
song,
it
but
off.
yeah, like he really was.
Boosie was good.
He really was. Yeah,
I got you. And
yeah,
Wavy
that's-
got TIP.
I'm going
Yeah,
to Tip.
TIP. Yeah.
And I got Lil Wayne. That's what's up. Do you think like so all them really had major labels behind them? You think that played a difference in they like them being able to get that high? Like if if Lil Wayne, for example, my artist, Lil Wayne was independent like Master P, with Master P, you think he would have been able to get as high as he did?
Yeah, because Master P would have took him under his wing, man.
Yeah, because you got to we forgot about Master P, but Master P didn't really have no.
Yeah.
Nah, he's a major influence. He made a major impact.
That's a fact.
He definitely changed the game for the hustle. Like for a lot of people. He definitely did a lot.
Nah. Yo, I do not recommend anyone smoking hookah. This is something I do recreational for fun. I like to shout out Goya Coconut Water, Goya Pede, LRG.
Yeah, this is great when he's parched.
Remember what I said to you before. We support you, so now it's your time to support us.
Yeah.
Damn right.
That's
Don't play them games. Well, go on, brethren.
All right. But
what you got?
So you want to switch it up? Because
I mean, I just want to know.
I like where we was going. You know
I would
what I'm
just
saying?
ask this: like, do you?
Out of all them picks, Rick Ross is the only one that did some whole shit though. I look at it all the way around. Rick Ross never had a down skirt. Wayne kind of had a little couple years where niggas was like, he probably was seeing too much and doing too much lean. He had some time where he was sounding like 40 guns.
I mean, Gilly assisted with Ross.
Okay. So let's.
But when Ross started out, he started out with what was that? Slip slide. That's a slip slide. What's that?
That is what it's called.
Swab House.
Slip and
I
Slide
thought he
Records,
started out
some
with
shit like
Swab
that.
House.
Ross kept getting. That's why he called himself the biggest boss.
Yeah.
He kept getting bigger.
You right.
Look,
You right.
out of all them niggas, he got the biggest home. He got the most whips.
Oh, you see his crib? Oh, you see his shit?
Yeah, they are. They filmed
Hold on,
someone coming to
I
America.
don't care. Drake really do got the biggest crib though.
He definitely
Drake's
put Meek
crib.
on. Meek got his own shit right now.
You're absolutely
Meek
right.
doing his own shit
You're
right
absolutely
now.
right.
He definitely put Meek on.
But Drake has the biggest
But
crib.
if it
though.
wasn't for T.I.,
Let's make note of that.
T.I. really
Here's another
is
reason why I
really
fuck with Tip,
bridged
too. That's another
put
reason
the
why.
bridge together
He
for him and
In my
the
opinion, too,
boss.
when Tip had that situation where he was, you know what I'm saying, battling the situation in court and shit like that, going back and forth.
I respect
That's
niggas
when
like
he was
that.
kind of like.
I respect
He
niggas
kind
like
of went
that.
with Ross.
Yeah.
And it was no love lost, as you see. They still
No,
fuck with each other
100%.
the
He
same
said
way
that. He said
because
that.
he looking at
same,
it like
same thing with Gucci and Young Thug.
yeah, I can't stop a nigga's career.
Same thing with
Because of
Gucci
my
and Thug.
situation.
Yeah,
I
real
want you
talk.
to go ahead and keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? And when I come back on the scene, you already know it's all love. So I definitely respect
That's a
both
fact.
people on that.
That's a fact.
But Meek definitely doing big things right now.
Facts.
Meek definitely doing big.
Yeah.
So
We used to watch
Yeah.
Meek. We used to watch Meek on Smack DVDs, Quay. Word to who?
yo on the DVDs, right?
Word, Quay? We used to watch Meek on the Smack DVDs.
Nigga, OD. What, nigga?
Back then, the day we was living in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Because everybody in Atlantic City was like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
on
on
it
it,
like,
yeah.
Hey,
yo,
I,
that shit that
I'm
go on
gonna
in
keep
Philly.
it. I keep it a buck. The reason why, like, I got Mook at the end of Quay is because it was given to me by one of an older nigga that was wild. And he was like, I mean, I was out here doing the shit, and Mook was really like the top nigga back then. When you was watching Smack
he
DVDs.
was.
Like, every single, like, that's how it was. So,
He
ended up
was.
getting
He definitely
Quay Mook.
was. He was
You know
killing
what I mean?
shit.
Just disrespectful. And I was
I wonder, is
disrespectful.
that why Mook, like from Mook and Fear? Like, I wonder why is that? Because I never really asked him like what gave him the name Mook. I know he always had it, but I don't know. That's weird. Maybe he got it from the same type of vibe. Because that's a different name to just kind of like
Nah, that's a
have
fact.
in a sense.
But you hear people say like top of the Mook. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Top of the Mook, it's like something like, yeah, you up here type shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, I wonder where Mook got his shit from.
Never know.
Do you think a Connecticut artist could ever make it to that level of like
Stardom. The way everybody else make it? Yes.
even like
I
a mode?
believe
Well,
so.
I haven't say like you really think so?
You know what it is? A lot of the reasons why a lot of people don't make it out of certain places because their own town, their own city, the people around them,
Don't support her.
motherfucker don't support them. They tear them down or whatever. No matter how
Absolutely.
good they sound, you know what I'm saying? It's just
That's a
going to
fact.
take for somebody
Absolutely.
out of somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Out of their range to hear them. That's gonna be like, nah, fuck that. I gotta take him because he doing some shit that a lot of other people would love to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. Somebody gotta be heard that's actually good. That's gonna be like, fuck it, I'm going.
Like I feel you on that. One of my biggest things is like, even though like Atlanta had like a few people that people listen to,
Atlanta pull each other up.
Atlanta found a way to say, you know what I mean, fuck the bullshit. We gonna make this shit work together. You feel what I'm saying? And one thing I could say about CT is there's a lot of selfish artists in CT. it's a lot of people thinking they're better than the other. And we elaborated on this one of the episodes that we did before. Pretty much the way I see it is, you know what I mean, if there was a way where we could come together, because like I said before, like, we have the talent. Like, we could stack our talent against any other state, and we really have, like, the nicest motherfuckers in the state. It's just the fact that everyone just feels like they better than the next person.
We never had nothing to really look up to be like, yo, this is the blueprint on how to do it, and it can't.
We live so close to New York. Niggas
I know.
Well,
I mean, so many people. You're right, because a lot of people
taking the
did
style
give the
from
game.
New York, nigga.
Yeah,
Why don't
everyone
we take what's going on? They
Yeah.
didn't pull. Some of the people in New York pull each other up just as well as Atlanta. You have certain beefs in there.
Yeah.
Certain niggas beef with each other, but they all know the same people.
Yeah.
They all still pulling each other up, no matter what. You got rich niggas beefing in Atlanta that at some point was broken bums. You see what I'm saying? But they rich now and they doing it.
Because New York, if you think about New York, really be having beefs where like
they do, but
New York was
Atlanta
their own
do too,
rise
but
and their own downfall.
Atlanta
if you
do
really
too.
think about it,
Atlanta do too,
So
but they don't show it, right? So it's a difference when it's like, yo, it's happening, but they kind of keep the
how they
streets.
don't. You see what's going on? What happened with YFL Lucci?
Bro, that's because social media is in the play. But I'm saying, like, they don't show it amongst each other. Like, up north it's different. Like, they'll be in the club together and have beef with each other, and they not about to tear the club up, bro, because there's money over here and there's money over there.
Oh yeah,
In
down
Atlanta.
south. Down south. Okay. Yeah. Now you got
Yeah,
a
I
point.
mean,
You got a point.
afterwards,
it depends on the situation.
yeah, that's true. But afterwards,
It depends on the situation.
But I'm talking about like big money, like the bigger artists. You feel
No,
me?
that's a fact. No, that's a fact.
Nobody's
you're
gonna
right.
do that because they got shit they gotta deal with.
Yeah, they not gonna just jump crazy. You feel me? It might play out in the streets more, like after the club at late hours.
But
it might happen, but
those-
it's not gonna happen in the public. Like they try and keep that.
Yeah,
They try
you're
and
right,
keep
you're
that
right.
strong.
In New York, they
And it's a
spray in the
respect
club. They gonna tear the club up. What you talking about? Everybody going down.
Yo, P, you ever
mean?
been to the tunnel?
I was about to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I was about to
You been to the
did?
tunnel?
Yeah, with my boy a lot. Like, word up.
What was that like? Do you have like a wild experience from there you could share with us? Cause I don't even
Cause
like.
Choke No Joke tell you all the motherfuckers.
I mean, but I.
I tell you that right now. That motherfucker
But
got
yo,
this
I just
Definitely,
always seen it like, yo, like the tunnel, like, man, I wish I could have went there.
Yeah, I definitely got a story. I was with my man Dre. He used to always go up there and have everybody open when we go up there because he fuck with flexing them.
Yeah.
So we kind of like VIP. We know how to get in there and get right out, like without even having to deal with all that crowd and stuff. But yeah, one time I got up there, it was jamming and we had a dip because people was shooting like you said, like.
Yeah.
And right after that, it kind of
playing.
like started shutting down. They wasn't letting it. Like a time before that, I went. They used to let you have the bottles. Then it was like the cups. Like it was just like they keep making things get even more restricted. Like every time something happened, now they got a new liability, and you know
But
what I
was
mean.
it
That
like-
was like hundreds and hundreds of people. Like
What was the environment like in there? Like when you walked
in
in
a
there, how
big
did
factory.
you feel?
Like that's crazy. Like the tunnel. The vibe was definitely partying. Like everybody, you know what I mean? You got Flex in there DJing, you know it's live. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, that's what's up, yo. That's one club I always, and me doing clubs, I'm like, yo, man, I wish I could have went to the tunnel, man.
That's not the club where Hove got the nigga that was bootlegging his tapes, was it?
What?
You know that story?
I don't speak on nothing.
Nah, this is old, man. You can't. You know what I mean, I was just asking. It's out there.
Jay told me I can't speak about that.
Nah, you right. You got a point, man. I'll speak on me though. I'll speak on me though.
Ho said respect the man, man. I respect him.
Nah, I respect it. You know what I mean? He gave me a different way of approaching shit.
Ho?
Yeah, man. I'm being honest.
Yeah,
man.
he was definitely different.
Nah, that's a fact.
He was definitely different. Like, I think one of the funniest things about him is the fact that, like, even the whole Dame Dash situation, right? Like, when I look at that, I'm just like, you could see it coming. For me, like, I kind of seen it in real time, and then like going back and looking at it, it's just like you could see I know, like, I was watching, like, concerts and them, like, being on tour and then, like, interviews. And, like, you could just see just how Hov was kind of, like, changing and evolving.
Yeah.
And Dame was just, like, doubling down, like, on the industry. Like, the same way he is now is the same way he used to be back then. Mm-hmm. But I think Hov kind of understood he had to navigate a little different. Yeah. You know, but Dame wasn't trying to hear that. Dame was just, he's the same way he is now. I respect him for it, but, you know, I lost my thought on it. But it's really like Hov is a special type of person, bruh. And he knew, this nigga knew that someone like Dame is just, he can't do it, bruh. Because he's like a mystery. Like, people say, like, Hov is a bad person, right? But it's just because we don't see nothing he does. Like, he doesn't speak out. Look at everything that's been going on over this past year and a half. He ain't seen nothing.
Nah, yeah, you right.
When Hillary Clinton was running for office, he got up on stage and performed for her. But we ain't hear him this whole year. That don't mean he ain't doing nothing. He still, you know, he got black.
He makes major moves behind the scenes, man.
Yeah.
That's why who he is. He's
just a mystery. I had something, but, you know, he be playing.
But what I could say is,
was like,
what I could say is,
you think he kind of left Dame?
Yes. No, I don't think he left him. I think it was more or less like
they had two different.
Dame couldn't go with him. Like, where Hov wanted to go, it was like, bro, you got to be able to be quiet sometimes and just sit back. And I don't think Dame just had that in him. That's not the type of person he is. So respectfully to Dame, like, he just stood on his square.
I think everybody got their bread off of that, honestly. I think everybody got what they were supposed to get off of it, and he just kind of took his and went to another level. He probably invested and did what he had to do, and he came out with what he look at his results. And everybody else took their money and invested in whatever they wanted to do or do whatever they wanted to do. With it.
Don't get me wrong, Dame still
Dame doing good.
In a position
I know for
where
sure. Some of them are doing good. They just not where they were then.
It's different. Yo, you know what's crazy about this? But it's funny you say that because you look at people like Tata. Okay. You know what I mean? You look at people like Emery. Like, Emery was locked down, came home. Like, he run Puma. Like, he created a whole brand. He got glasses. He, like, next level. Ty just got to be Ty. And he good for life. Bleak just got to be Bleak, and he good for life.
That's a fact.
Dame got to work hard. You know what I mean? Respectfully, but it's just, it's different, bruh.
It's kind of Dame's fault, too. The reason why it's like that.
From what we seen.
Yeah, that's true. But what I can say, what I take from Dame though is like he has that mentality of like, nigga, stop trying to work for every damn body and be your own boss.
Yeah, you know everyone should have that mentality. Hov has that mentality too. Yeah,
you feel me? He do. He just more crafty with it.
Yo, even like Biggs, they came in the game with that mentality. Mm-hmm. Just period. So it was in all of them. I think like bro, what he said is just kind of like. He took his own road. Yeah, that's really what it is. Everybody take their own road. At the end of the day, we could take this carpool. For I don't know if they got the same amount of money
eventually,
as them,
but we gotta break away. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta. What I want to invest my shit in, you probably gonna be like, nah, I'm good on that, but I'm gonna put my money towards it, and it might work out later for me. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a fact.
You know, you might miss the train.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
You know,
you're right. Damn, that's crazy. But
can't really speak on it, but that's just my opinion on it.
All right, so I got a question for y'all.
Let's hear it, bro. What you got?
So let's talk about like independent career versus major label. You know,
I was kind of trying to touch on that.
Yeah, you was. You know what I'm saying? So we can revert back to that.
What do you mean as far as like major label? Like somebody, like would you rather be independent or have a major label behind you? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah, like if you was like say you were an artist, right?
If you're an artist, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Say you were an artist. Or you could speak in general, you know what I'm saying? Like just in general. Do you think it's more beneficial to have an independent career or more so have a label backing you up?
Depending on what the contract reads.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. If for me personally, if I can't keep my masters, I can't have some shit that's gonna feed my kids 30 years from now for pop again. I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
Because then now, what do I have when 30 years from now? Look at TikTok. They got all this shit that's blowing up from years ago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Coming back into effect. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are starting to listen to this shit again. A check coming behind that, buddy.
Okay.
So when the check come and they get cut, I ain't getting no cut. Or my cut looking type slim. Nah, we got problems. Buddy.
So is that the only concern you have in the contract?
Yes, I need to. Not even just the contract.
Okay.
It's all right. All right, when you're independent too, right? you got to spend a lot of bread.
Facts.
You got to spend a lot of fucking money, right?
Money. Keep it going.
So that's something to think about too.
A lot of money.
When you, versus if you have a label behind you or whatever, they're gonna spend the shit in the beginning. Of course, you're gonna probably have to pay it back, but now you get in front of it in the beginning. They take care of certain shit you wouldn't have to pay for.
It's like going to the bank.
You know what I'm saying?
The contract, right?
You got it.
I mean, it's like
you got
being
good credit. You got some shit get thrown at you. All right, don't worry, I got you.
How do you
know
feel
what I'm
about that,
saying?
P? Because you kind of dealt with like the independent label situation a little bit
See, this
on
why
your career. So
definitely
how do you?
on it too.
What you feel about
Well, if you don't have the bread, you're not going to do it because that's what it takes. You got to have the money for the marketing so the people see you. And when the people see you, that's when you get the buzz. When you get the buzz, millions of views and hundreds of people talking about you, that's when the bread comes. Exactly. And they want part in on the bread. So when they see the bread coming, that's when they want to throw more bread at you. Like, so it just really goes to say it takes money to make money because that's how it all plays out. Like, it has to be the money in there to boom, get that shit rolling. You got the bread, you can shoot the videos, you could get your shit on YouTube, you could even pay for them to push your shit a little bit, you know. Advertisement. Like, and that shit get your shit 10K views in a day. Like, that shit real, like, you know what I mean? And that's what they be doing, how they be getting their shits to the millions. Like, they invested in their shit and, you know what I mean? Even if you can get other people to post it on sites, like, post it in people's Facebooks and
pay people to post.
You know what I mean? Like that's a job. Like somebody has to do that shit.
Instagram
if you pay somebody, they'll most likely do it. You know what I mean? So you just gotta give people incentive. Like you could do shit like give them freaking gift cards or something for doing it for you. Like, you know what I mean?
There's one thing
you gotta have the marketing. Like,
there's one thing that I think I guess is like the anomaly to all of that. Really, and I always say this shit, is creativity. Because literally, you could create something for free that costs $0 that a billion people could see because you have platforms that you could release it on for free. So the creativity, if you really dig into creativity, you could.
That's what it is too.
Do some amazing.
Like
you could literally make it from zero.
Like what I heard. Like I listened to Russ like talk about, you know what I mean, the approach that he took. You know what I'm saying? And what he did was he said he released a song every week for what was it, a year or was it like 2 years or something like that?
Yeah. Like
every single week consistently on SoundCloud, just growing his own, you know what I mean, his own fan base till eventually. It caught wave to the point where it's like, yo, this dude is really, you know what I mean, doing something. You know what I'm saying? And one thing a lot of people don't do is like, all right, I'm just gonna drop this tape and just hopefully somebody hear it and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? And just keep sharing it to the same people that visibly see it. So if you're sharing it to the same people that is like visibly seeing it, so if only people that you know consistently see it, then you're not reaching another market. You're not reaching anyone else. You're just staying within your circle or your friend list on social media. You get what I'm saying? I could share it because I got people in different places, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to share it. You get what I'm saying? Usually your city shares it. Some of the state shares it, and that's majority of where it stops at. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, if you do want a label behind you, if you independent and you do want a label behind you, build yourself to the point where when you walk into that motherfucking room, you ain't got to worry about them throwing shit at you. You could actually set the tone in some cases because you already created that space for you.
Facts. Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Most people, they drop something, shit's fire. You get what I'm saying? Then they go reach out to a label. Yeah, they go to a label and they get a bullshit ass contract. So when a song do pop that they drop, majority of that bread is the motherfucking labels.
Chicken ain't right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. So a lot of these artists get fucked over because they want that. A lot of these artists get fucked over because I had to look at you real quick like this. Nigga.
No, because I had an epiphany when last time you were talking and you started cussing and you was like, oh, excuse my language.
Yeah,
like,
nah, because you made that. You made that known last time. So I'm moving free. So pretty much like the way I see it is, like artists go to these labels, have label meetings, and then they be like, oh, I had a label meeting. I'm the shit. Like, no, you're not. You're doing it wrong. You trying to get signed. That's my guy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you make mistakes, man.
Yo, it's so
Yeah,
I gotta keep throwing these ones at you, though.
Nah. That's my guy. Sometimes you make mistakes and then you learn from it. But you know what I'm saying?
You pay for the mistakes too. Literally.
I mean, in some cases, but you know what I mean. He not gonna stop as long as he don't stop and he keep pushing and grinding. You know what I mean? Hey, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Praise to the Most High.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I just feel like a lot of artists need to stop trying to get signed immediately and create their, you know what I mean, create some sort of fan base and don't just drop something. Base,
create a market for yourself.
Okay,
be able to sell your merchandise.
If your fan base
pop digital content.
If your fan base pop crazy, you might not even need a label, to be honest with you. Like I said, you gotta pay. You just gotta keep in mind, I gotta pay for everything. Because everything that goes on, I gotta pay for. But if you're
you want a
popping
partnership,
enough,
you don't want to just sign. You should want a partnership.
You're right.
Yes.
You shouldn't want anything more than that.
That's what you should go in there with, a partnership.
You should be able to have full creative control of what you do.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be in there and you submit some shit and they be like, oh, I don't like this, you know, put this in.
Now can't happen this quarter.
Now I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. All those rappers that saying, oh nah, you don't work for somebody, be your own boss. You're working for somebody. You're working if they don't like your product, scrap it. Give me something better. You gotta go work and put that work in for somebody else instead of saying, you know what, this is me. I'm putting this work in for me. You get what I'm saying? So when you look at certain things, you gotta start changing your mindset on a lot of approaches that you make. Because I don't care what you say. If I gotta submit some shit to somebody else for approval, that's my boss.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'd rather you be my part. I'd rather a partnership so I could get the capital, do what I need to do. You get a percentage off of what I'm doing.
There's a lot of artists moving in a good space, though. I think now, like whether independent or in major labels, I think people are just more aware of how their contracts need to be structured. There is, I forget, Daz Dillinger was talking about that. It's some type of copyright law that after like 33 or 35 years, they gotta give you your stuff back. Like a label has to give it back to you after that time frame. So
after how many years?
It's like 33 or 35. Don't quote me. We gotta find the information on that.
That's too long for me.
Yeah, I mean, but for some of the OGs that been in it 20 years, 25 years, they could go get their stuff and
you're right.
And put it on the digital platforms and get their money up real quick.
But then that's another reason like they don't pay attention. Like your time about to come, so of course that motherfucking record label is gonna sell you your masters back because eventually they gotta give it back to you. So they try to get the biggest out of it.
Oh, they know about that.
Yeah,
they know about
try to get the
gonna
biggest
find
chunk
it
out of
too.
it.
I'm gonna find it too, but I can't think of the code, the US code, off top.
Keep your masters is my opinion.
Yeah, keep them.
Whatever you're going
that's
to
very
do.
important.
If you feel like you're going to sign or do a partnership, a partnership would be better. But if you feel like you're going to sign with somebody, you just make sure that's in the contract and a bunch of other shit that you know is going to
like the word
benefit
slave
you
is in the contract.
30 years from now.
Well, you know more
The
because
word
this your
slave
lane.
is in the contract. In the contract, they say the whole entire universe. It doesn't just say like, okay, like this contract is governed throughout the United States. It's the whole entire universe. That's the language that's in the contract.
Damn.
That is real.
So it's like
the entire universe.
Just think about it. Like, okay, where we going?
Big.
So if we go to freaking, if we go to Pluto, like, yo, my contract's still valid.
Yeah, nah, that's different. Like, that's definitely different.
I still gotta go to Universal. I gotta go to Universal on Pluto and talk about my royalty check. Like, come on, bro.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. But who? So you know, like I said, I think artists are on a good path. Like, who do y'all think is gonna have the best year? Considering like, yo, we can't go out and do shows. Like, shows aren't happening.
Who do I think is gonna?
Who do you think is gonna be able to
Drake.
deliver us like the most quality music in the environment we're in, where we can't be out and we can't be interacting, no festivals, no concerts? Who you think?
Watch Drake.
He said that's easy.
Who you got?
Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a couple others
I like
too,
Baby.
but I gotta say Lil Baby and Moneybagg Yo.
I like Lil Baby.
What
Who
you
you got,
think?
P?
Drake.
I could agree with that.
I could definitely agree. I ain't say Drake.
I could agree. That's
that
automatic.
dude is like crazy.
He's listen. I know he said Ross. I know he said Ross is like Hove, But I really feel like Drake is on that whole level where no matter what Drake drops,
He don't know. Look, he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's sleeping. But no matter what Drake drops, it's gonna pop bigger than what Ross would drop when he dropped. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm taking full advantage of this moment. Yo, cause he over there nodding. I'm hyped. But nah. In all reality, nah. I agree with you. I agree with that. Me personally. I mean, who's shaking shit right now? And you know what I mean? People against him. I mean, like I said, I hope he didn't do it, but Tory. Wow. He putting fucking billboards up in New York, fucking California, Miami, all independent. Yeah, he has no choice.
And what he got to do? What he got to do? Huh? He got to pay for it, right?
But he's coming out of pocket. It doesn't matter because he rejuvenated. People talking junk about his album sales because he sold like what 39, 40 something thousand. All right, that's equivalent to a motherfucker who signed to a label selling 100-something thousand.
First week, you saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? So is that a L or a W? So people got to start thinking about that in the independent aspect. Yeah, just because I sold 25,000, I'm recouping everything. You get what I'm saying?
It's where you're trying to put your bar at. Like, what level are you trying to reach? What goal are you trying to reach?
That's a fact.
Some people's good with making $100,000 off an album. Some people need to make $10 million off an album.
How much are you really making off of 25,000 album sales in a week?
I mean, I don't know the true numbers, but I mean, based on what, you know, a lot, independent artists are saying, you know what I mean, they see the difference when they get out of that label contract and then they actually make these independent sales. They're saying that they're recouping more than what they were when they were signed to that label.
Of course, because somebody got to get a cut. We're your label.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We found you.
But I didn't give you mine yet. Well, I did say, but I'm not saying him. I'm saying the person that I think is going to make an impact this year is Young Blue.
Good. That's a good one.
He already got a song. After that song he did with Drake, he just did a song called My Ghetto Lovebirds that he released like a snippet. Mm-hmm. Mad people want that shit.
Yeah.
Mad people want it. So I think he's going to make an impact.
I don't even know who.
And that's Boosie artist.
That is. Dang. Yeah. I don't know. I think I Lil Baby.
Lil Baby?
Lil Baby.
You think he's gonna have another strong year?
I forgot about the Baby, but
yeah, nah. The Baby my guy, but Lil Baby's just different.
Lil Baby, like, he do not miss.
He's just different. I would say Drake, but man, the Owl's always watching. The Owl's always watching.
What do you mean by that?
I don't even know either.
I was always watching.
Goya coconut water. Goya pere.
Yo, there's some meaning behind that. No, there's some meaning behind
it. This is a great episode this time, man. This is a great episode, man.
That is hilarious.
Nah, that's a fact. I mean,
she was gonna throw the eye over like.
I'm gonna keep it
$5 grand in the mailbox.
That'd be good. We take that. Let me turn it around and put it back into the motherfucking.
I definitely think Lil Baby. Drake is gonna come hard.
He is, of course.
You know what I mean? He's gonna come out strong.
His fan base is crazy.
I think put out a lot of content. But
he still got that album that a lot of people's anticipating called Certified Lover Boy. I know that, you know what I mean? That title probably don't.
But I mean, you could get, I don't even want to get, I won't even say conspiracy. I don't want to get deep on that because there's a lot of stuff going on in this world right now, man, which is going to lead me to my next point. Because there's a lot of governments that been stepping down across the world. There's a lot of child sex trafficking rings that's been busted. And something is going on. It doesn't have nothing to do with Drake, but there's just something going on in this world right now.
Okay.
We're about to change. We hope we about to change presidents. Or not that we hope. I shouldn't say that. We hope that no one gets hurt in what is supposed to be a transition of power.
Absolutely.
Let me rephrase that. Because depending on how you look at the spectrum, there may be a transition and there may not.
You said what?
People already getting hurt, though.
I'm just happy it ain't our people this time, man.
I mean, they're starting to see what's
it might sound crazy, but hey, man, you look at it that way. But
that's I guess that's right now. So what I would say is that I'm uncomfortable in this moment.
Okay.
And that's for me. That's not a bad thing because I kind of like being able to be like on edge a little bit. I don't like to really sit in comfortability. But I'm uncomfortable because, man, I don't, I look at both sides of the spectrum. Yeah. I look at, a Biden supporter to a Trump supporter to just people in the middle to people that don't know what's going on. All of it. And it's just like, there's just so much divide, no matter how you look at it. And even when you look at the truth, there's division within the truth. So it's because like most of the books were written by certain people that want us to believe and think a certain way. So, you have to go and dig in deeper to books. Like, reading the Webster dictionary is definitely different than the etymology dictionary. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So what I would ask you guys, how are you guys feeling with what is supposed to be a new presidency and a transition of power? And how do you guys feel right now about the whole, I guess, political realm, to switch tones, but about this? Because I think we just all looking past it. I'm just like me. Sometimes I be tripping and I be looking too deep into stuff. Sometimes.
I mean, that's fine.
And I know a lot of it is fact, right? So I know a lot of it is fact because there's things like you go on government websites and see some of this information. So like, I'm just looking at some of this stuff and I'm like, I don't know. Something seems like it's gonna happen, but I don't know how you guys feel. If you guys feel the same way.
I mean, can you like elaborate a little bit on that? Like,
all right, so. I hope this episode gets put out before the inauguration, right? But in this moment before that, what I'm looking at like, okay, there's 15 to 20,000 troops that are in DC. They built 7-foot high fences. They got trains closed down, roads blocked off, bridges blocked, and 6 to 7 days out from the inauguration. They telling people not to come there, don't go there. And they're still like, who's going to go there? This is my thing about it. Who's going to go there? Even the white nationalists. Like, do you think with seeing all of that, they still going to think they're going to go there and just what they going to do?
They're preparing for some shit.
Bro, it has to be.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now.
And I'm in public policy, and it's just something that has me confused. So I like to just.
That's what I think.
Listen,
I think they're preparing for some shit.
I mean, you put it that way. I honestly...
Because why all of that? Just for a couple people doing some dumb shit?
Well, see, that's the thing. I was thinking a couple people too.
Why all of that for a couple people doing some dumb shit?
What they're saying is, okay, they might see up to like 1 million people. But I'm like, okay, you guys...
1 million motherfuckers?
You limited...
Out there?
You limited the restriction of travel, right? So people can't just freely travel like that. You don't have Airbnbs. You don't have like hotels are monitoring who's coming in. Rental car places aren't renting in certain areas. It's
too many restrictions.
Like, but what is going on?
It's gonna be 1 million motherfuckers walking down the road on the way there
to take over
some shit.
Well, my melanated people stay in the house, but go ahead.
Nah, cause
thank you.
You know what I mean?
Please.
When you think about what occurred in that Vegas situation, rest in peace to those people that passed away in that tragic situation that occurred.
I know.
You said
Vegas?
Vegas?
This was years ago, a few years ago. Yeah. But you think about that, I feel like regardless of all the things that they're doing, if someone really has intention, you can't stop. You can't stop that.
No, it's very hard to. Especially if they have money, power, influence, it's very hard to.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
You are correct. And when you say money, power, and influence, the real people that is controlling are the ones with the money and the power. China is the big money and power. Like their money is about
China,
to...
People don't be wanting to talk about China, man.
Well, I'm interested because I don't know much about China besides
the elephant is definitely in the room.
China makes every fucking thing. It ain't even cheap, expensive.
No, because we do got a lot of U.S. made products.
We do, but
a lot more now.
Most of the stuff that we have,
a lot more now.
It's made from China.
I used to work for a company that sold a lot of products to Amazon. Trust me, I've seen a lot of U.S. made products.
No, I understand. And that's good. And I bet you only seen that over the last 3 years?
When I worked there, probably like a couple years ago.
No, it was like 5 years.
I worked there for like 6 years and some change. You get what I'm saying? And in the process of me working there 6 years and some change, like I've seen the amount of U.S. products come through.
Okay.
There. You know what I'm saying?
So is the U.S. will outweigh China basically?
No, hell no. Nigga, China is
no on every.
So
bro, you
then-
understand?
So like I said,
They took
China
over.
making
They
now,
took
but China
over.
everything. Like I said,
They taking over. They took over. However you
they
want to
been
say
took
it.
over. Them motherfuckers-
And that's
Yo,
what
you know
these.
what's
That's
you
what they
got a
mad
good
about.
point about. We was on Clubhouse talking and how
they done took
like
over
a lot
every
of like
fucking thing.
property is being brought up.
Yeah, so China in 2019, I think it was New York Times put this article out. 2019, 2020, China brought people, businesses and people from China brought more property than U.S. residents. All right?
Scary, man.
Yeah, you just like, what are they doing? Then you just think about the power influence, like of what they're trying to accomplish. And I look at it as the big three, which is the United States, Russia, and China.
Okay.
Like, I just feel like they're always in competition since we could think forever. And
No, you're absolutely right about
what
that for sure.
is who is gonna win that race?
But the petrodollar is what controls the whole everything. And once that loses its power,
That's
which
it.
it's doing because they're inflating the dollar every day. They can only blow the dollar up so much.
And real quick, what happens if Biden gets in office and just starts printing money and just starts printing $2,000 a month?
Well, he's been
Keep an
promising
eye
so
on the
much.
stock market. Look,
Yeah,
look and
exactly.
see.
That's why I just wanted to
See
say, I
how
don't wanna
much,
go too
see
deep,
how
but I
much
just want to
red
say-
it looks like right now. Go
hitting
open up
points.
your little stock market.
Yeah.
No,
See
you're
what it
100%
looks like.
right. You're 100%. You seen after what was it? After he spoke, what happened to the Bitcoin? How it took like a plunge.
But that
a major.
I'll tell you what. There was also a lot of people that funded different things through Bitcoin. I was reading a report. I think it was Yahoo Finance. It's a lot of stuff going
word?
on. Man. It was people that was moving some stuff around that dropped it down to 32. Remember how it dropped
was
down
at
to 32? It
43.
was at 40, dropped down to 32, and went right back up to 40.
Yeah, I seen that.
When you start moving money around, just think about it in the street. Like, you're moving money around. Capiche. You're moving around. And just moving around. But yo, I'm super I guess interested in like just how everyone is feeling because I've been preparing. Me and him was talking about it. That guy's talking about it. Like we try and just make sure we on point. Like food, ammo,
Water.
Best commodity, ammo, asset. What we want, assets.
Word.
What's an asset? Something that will get you more and it appreciates. What'll get you more than the firearm?
And we know where we going.
I'm just saying.
That's a crafty way to put that shit. That was crafty.
I mean, but yo, when it's that time, it's and we have to think about it. Like they tell us a lot of stuff in movies, man. We can't just be so blind to think. And not only movies, read a book.
Nigga, you watch The Simpsons.
I mean,
That's
really entertainment, though.
It's entertainment, but think
when
about
you-
all the things that occurred in actuality that was displayed on The Simpsons.
Well, you know what?
It's like you could go to the Bible and watch The Simpsons. Which one do you want your
The
information
story
from?
is that Nikola Tesla had a time machine.
See,
Or the ability to time travel. I'll put it to you like
Okay.
that.
See, if we start getting into that, I do believe in that type of stuff.
Why wouldn't it be?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. I was about to say-
because you're saying why wouldn't it be? There's going to be people watching this like, no, I have no. There's
you
no
have no
listen,
imagination
those
then,
are
like,
spiritual
so-
people.
Okay.
Those are
got
spiritual
you.
people.
I got you.
Because if you, especially now in this realm, you have to understand there's a universe outside of here.
Yep.
And what does that mean? Like people could be living in 5,000 revelations beyond us, like, which is really wild.
It's possible.
And I don't want to get too deep in this, but it's like we're in the year 2021. Like, how is that the marker for when this is like actually the time? Like, someone just said, okay, we're gonna start in this year. This is the time. And we started and we just got to 2021. Another thing I want to drop on you real quick is the fact that we're losing almost like 43 seconds every single day.
How? When would you say that?
Because they're shaving time off the clock. Shaving time off the real clock. shortening our days, bro. It's why the sun goes up and down faster. It's why things are moving faster.
Life is moving faster, man.
I'm gonna drop something else on you. China has something called a K-star, which is an artificial sun that they just.
Listen. Yo, we gonna have to talk more.
I'm gonna stop dropping stuff.
No, because I'm gonna tell you
to say all that to say this, yo, this world is crazy. That's why I said I don't know how to feel because I know different things and I research stuff all day long, and I'm talking real stuff, bro. You know, I'm.
No, that's a fact. You definitely do
I
research.
could dig down a conspiracy, and I also could find the fact in things and find it from the source, like the government or like Congress or whoever. Find it from the source, right? Like they say you can't rebel. Even like, you know, we can't rebel, but it's in our Constitution. Like if they're making us do things that ain't right, we have the right to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's rebel. In the Constitution. But if we do it, what are they gonna do to us?
That's why more people need to be aware. More people need to read, but
it's so bad, bro.
Nah, we definitely gonna talk more because this would be a never-ending conversation. I'm not even gonna lie.
I might have to go get the sage. You want me to go get the sage? You good?
Nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sage right here.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah, like that, man. I hope that. I really hope that CT legalizes marijuana, man. You know, I definitely work with a few different groups we spoke about before. Cure CT, Minority Cannabis Association, who are working hard to, you know, fully legalize cannabis in Connecticut, which would be good. Like CBD and those things are. Hemp is fully, you know, legal right now, but we're pushing for full legalization of marijuana. Okay. I think that's needed, man. You think about the type of money that could be brought in. Yeah. This is what politicians don't talk about, especially local politicians, right? They don't talk about that, like, you know, how much money that could be brought in from marijuana. Instead, they just want to just turn it away. You know, they rather just raise the amount you have to pay on your car than allowing you to, you know, do things that are really beneficial to your health. Especially depending on how you intake it and how you consume it.
Yeah. Some people's mental health.
Absolutely.
Nah, that's true. That's a fact.
I mean, cannabis has been, you know, curing Parkinson's disease.
Slowing down, you know.
Cancer.
Yep.
I heard it working with, like, lupus. I heard it working with, like, autism. Like, you know, kids getting...
Yeah, the autism, they're getting, like, the oil...
Yeah,
the
they get CBD.
And stuff.
A lot of them get CBD.
Yeah, they don't get the THCA. They get the CBD.
Yeah.
It works for...
And, you know, I encourage people to try and get in the market. Right now, it's super hard in Connecticut to get in, but I was telling Quay we got to wait through the back door, so we going... Right? Ain't that right?
Yeah, nah, you're 100% right.
Yeah, and not just... It wasn't even that they left it open. They put the information in plain sight, and most times when you don't read, you just look right past it.
That's
you know
a fact.
I mean?
That's
so
a fact.
I had to dig in.
You know, and you don't want to give too much of that information out.
I ain't giving too much.
It gives people access to that. So.
Goya cocoa water.
Goya cocoa. Nah, that's
we
a
support
fact,
you,
man.
so it's your time to support us.
I was just also thinking that, like, we need more of our people in, you know, in the government, because it would allow us to have a little more access to exactly the things that you speak on. You get what I'm saying?
But some of these people ain't right. Like, we got to have a vetting system, right? They got to be able to come sit with us in this atmosphere, right? They got to be able to go down the street to the hood.
Yeah.
They got to be able to go, you know, sit with the counterparts from the upper neighborhoods or whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it.
Have somebody that can adapt.
But remain themselves and remain speaking that talk. Because there's a lot of people that walk in the rooms and, you know, with a lot of politicians, and they don't say nothing. There's a lot of committees that, you know, over the past year that even our city created that's supposed to address certain issues. And, you know, there may be one or two people up there that's really for us. Everybody else, whether they look like us, melanated like us or not, you know, you have to be strong to want to go against a power structure, any type of power structure, right? So if there's any type of power structure that's over you, even within your job, like, you got to be strong and believe in, like, something very, very strong to go against that. So to that regards, yes, we do need more people in these governmental and political positions, but we need more people that are understanding that ain't nothing gonna change unless you be the change. Period.
I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%.
Absolutely.
And that's, you know, I've spoken with other people outside of, you know, the discussions that we had, and that was one thing that I was also pushing as well, because that's very important to us. You know, and trying to get more of our people in tuned, and trying to get more of our people, you know, to actually get up and do more. You know what I'm saying? And with one another.
You want to run for office?
Nah, I told you that's not my stance, man.
Now, why he say nah?
Nah,
He like, nah.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna tell you why I say political is, like, that's not more of my stance. I'm gonna tell you why me just wanting to help people is more of my stance. Like, I had an epiphany one day driving from work. And pretty much, like, I sat back and I thought about my entire life, and I always asked God the question, why? You know me, why my life? Why my family? Why this? Why that? And the epiphany that I had was pretty much, it hit me. Every time I speak to somebody now, it's like I motivate them. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Every time I speak to someone, it changes their mindset on how they're living and saying, you know what, I won't allow this to continue to control my life anymore. You get what I'm saying? It's me pushing that energy into the world and helping them see a different light, letting them know, like, dude, this is not your last. You know, you don't got to give up here. You can keep pushing. You know, motivation, which I want to write a book. I need to sit down with somebody who, you know what I mean, and sit with somebody and try to put something together. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's important to me because it's like, you know, people, you know what I mean? I might look
just
a little.
Know you signed over your publishing to us four right here, right now. Like us three, you just signed over your publishing.
I didn't sign over nothing.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You just verbally signed the contract.
Nah, I just said I would have started a book.
No, this is a joint. This is joint, right? So like everything.
Oh, you trying to create the dialogue, so I fall into it. I ain't stupid. I'm in tune.
I'm glad you are, bro.
Yeah, but but my whole thing was
I expect none less.
My whole thing was like I caught myself talking to God, like, you know what, God, like, I've realized why you made my life so hard, why you chose me. And, you know, what I'm trying to do this year, which I am going to do, next week is going to be the first week that I do something for a family. You know, actually, you know, giving back, but not only will I do something for them, but give them a message. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Like something that, you know, I'm going to write down something, put it together, so it could kind of motivate them, so they could say, you know what, this is not the end. I don't have to soak in my sorrow. I don't have to soak in my, you know, depression and my stress and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
you're doing it with intent.
Yeah. My whole thing is I don't care for nothing for it. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, you know, I didn't have that growing up, and I just feel like this is my calling. You get what I'm saying? And even speaking to people, you know, see how I speak, see where I come from, you know, fathers, you know, being more active in their kids' lives and stuff like that, doing more things to bring awareness to us, because a lot of men that grew up in our pretty much in our city, not just our city, but just inner cities, projects, all of that type of stuff. A lot of people that grew up like that, men really have no guidance. You know, you got men who had no guidance guiding these men. So there's no true guidance in it. You get what I'm saying? Men, it's hard to see a man be a man if a man never seen a man do man shit.
Yeah, that's right.
You get what I'm
Especially
saying?
in your house growing up.
100%. So we take on the idea of what a man's supposed to be. So, you know, trying to change the narrative of all of that, you know, and I just want to elaborate quickly on my, you know, epiphany of, you know, my purpose. You get what I'm saying? People take a lifetime to find their purpose, and I feel like this is something that I have to do. This is something that's put into me to do. You get what I'm saying? But
I respect that, bro.
Yeah, that's just, you know what I mean? But I actually want to move on to the next question. You know what I'm saying? And the next question I had. Oh, go ahead. What you supposed to say?
I said I'm ready.
All right. So the next question I have is, this is, you know, the political thing, because I'm not running for office, and I just told you why I'm not running for office.
Come on, we need more candidates to run, man. Come on. Anybody else? Yo, listen.
They don't want me in office.
Yo, listen, bro. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something crazy.
He the right man to talk to.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
So they don't
well,
want me
actually, I can't even say this, but I just know, right? Like, if someone wanted to run from office that like supported like cannabis, like the full legalization of cannabis, right?
Yeah.
Like, just know I have the wildest campaign concept in my head that I'm just waiting for someone that wants to embrace legalizing cannabis and wants to run for office. Holla at me, because I got the ill plan for you. I swear. And if I decide to run for office one day and it's not legal by then I'll use it. But I want someone to use this. Because, bro, it's an easy win. You're going to win. You're going to get votes, period. Just votes, money.
All right, see,
420s for 420. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah. All right, but
what's your question though?
All right, so this gets the political stance. Pretty much, I want to know your guys' opinion. I know we talked a little bit about this on Clubhouse, but we want to see where both of y'all heads are. Do you guys think? Let me rephrase that. Is Trump really racist? In your opinion? Do you feel Trump is really racist? We can all touch base.
Well,
I'll let you go.
Trump is doing what Trump got to do. As far as him being racist, he may be behind closed doors, but he is playing the narrative to do what he is supposed to do. Like, at the end of the day, you see a lot of people black people have kind of listened to the news and stuff, and the news painted a narrative of, racism is Trump. And at this point, it's hard to say what's true and what's not. I don't even deal with a Trump, you know what I mean? Because that's a lower energy. Whether he's good or bad, Absolutely. Doesn't matter to what I know. I know I have to manifest what I need to make everything good. So Trump doesn't matter or Joe Biden doesn't matter. It's the energy that I get what I need. So that, you know what I mean? That's how we should see it, because he might be racist. What's that mean for us? If he's not racist, what's that mean for us? It shouldn't matter what he
Absolutely.
is. That's too much control they have, you know what I mean?
We giving them too much power over our energy with that.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Wave.
All right. So I would say Trump is racist, but he's smart with it. The reason why I say that is because he knows that he needs the minority to move around. He need majority of us to move around and do the shit that he got to do. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? So he'll use us to get what the fuck he want to get, no matter what. But that's about it. Other than that, he can't. He don't want to deal with us. He would much rather us not be around, and for his people to fuck with him.
Yeah, I think. How could I say this? He's very interesting. So I don't think, personally, I think he's more of a bigot than racist, which is, I don't think it. I don't know. I don't know if there's some people won't say there's a difference, but I think there's a big difference. But Trump is a person that, we know when he got up on that stage and started speaking, it wasn't going to be like anything we like. We knew it was going to be nasty. We knew it was going to be off the wall. We knew it was going to be unscripted. But he made us have to look at ourselves, the whole entire country. Like, really, we had to look at ourselves. Like, one, do we believe what he's saying? Two, do we believe the other side? Like, we had to look, even politics, regardless if you believe one side or the other, you had to look at it and make a decision. Some people are still on the fence, but I don't think Trump is necessarily a racist person. And I say that because I look at like the donations that he gave to, right? So like all the different donations of organizations he gave to. People say, he with him with Planned Parenthood. You know what I mean? Like how he is with Planned Parenthood. I'm like, he also donated to Planned Parenthood. He also was a Democrat until he basically decided to run for office. Then he switched to Republican. Absolutely. So he's been a Democrat since forever. Mm-hmm. And gave to them organizations. So it's just like, to me, I think he is looking at this from a bigger mission. Like, he was good friends with JFK's son that died in the plane crash. And, like what happened with his pops getting killed as president. I think it might have just been something like as growing up, they probably were boys and like, one of us gonna be the president, or like his boy might have wanted to be the president, but then he died, and then he like, I'm gonna live it out. So when he got the ability to do it, I think he went in there with a different mindset. He told us when he was going in there, he was gonna drain the swamp. Mm-hmm. Bro, there's been so many people that got fired and let go in all levels of the government. It's like, wow, so many people resigning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the media painted to you like it's a bad thing, but also I look at it like, hey, well, how has the government been operating for 20, 30 years? Has it been operating in our best favor? If it hasn't, then maybe it's a good thing this swamp is getting drained, right?
He's been very vocal, you know what I'm saying? And I think that played a big impact on how we actually could see what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? He never kept that mouth shut.
Yo, he didn't start a war. Think about that.
He definitely put a lot of shit into the light, though. A lot of shit that they didn't want us to see.
He didn't start a war.
You're right.
Every president started a war. Down to what Senior? Senior was probably
There's
the
no
last.
war?
He didn't start no war, bro. They just released a thing. When was it? Yesterday. A press release saying that there's more troops like back home now, and like it's the lowest it's been in like Iran and Afghanistan in years, probably 20 years.
But I think COVID got something to do with that.
Nah,
I don't think so, bro.
I think it was because of him.
I think because he said it when he went. A lot of people don't listen to things he say. Not saying you, but like he really was in office saying like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring all our troops home. I'm bringing them home." And me personally, I feel like he's bringing them home to be here to defend us, not to be out there if stuff ever got crazy. People don't look at it like that. Some people are like, yo, we need them over there. But it's like, okay, we know the world is getting crazy right now. We need our troops here with us to be with their families to be able to keep us safe here. We don't need to be messing with what's going on in all these different countries right now. They got to figure that out amongst themselves.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like,
that's a fact.
It's deep, man. It's so deep. And it's crazy because this is all in books, man. It's all in books.
Like for me, I don't think Trump is racist. I think everything is circumstance with him.
It's so crazy that as black people right here, we could sit here in this conscious mind state and literally say that. And there's certain people, like we could literally go right outside this door, ask 4 people the same question. They gonna be like, yo, he's racist.
I mean, he feels, Wade feel he racist.
I do feel like I feel like he.
Do you feel like he speaks that?
My thing is he got the gift of gab.
Yeah,
is what he got.
Okay,
and what he do is he uses us to get what the fuck he needs.
And I said,
but I feel like he's still racist. I still feel like he don't fuck with us. He rather us not around. Yeah. So in a sense, you racist.
He always did that.
He don't fuck with us. He just like, all right, I need these motherfuckers to get what I gotta get.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use them for a few. When I get to where I gotta get to, I cut you off.
Man, if you watch a lot of the '90s shit, my nigga, he is in tuned with.
But I feel like he did that. I feel like he did that to his point. Like I feel like he did that to his point because like he got in there to be able to use that influence to raise his brand.
And that goes back to what I was saying.
A lot of people don't
give everybody what they want.
Even with Trump, what he did with a lot of his properties and stuff, it's not necessarily that he owns it. He leases his name out. Yeah. So like you could use the Trump name to open a hotel.
That is true. You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
Because it was like
so
the Trump Taj Mahal.
I think a lot of it was him.
When he was little,
like when he was in Will Smith or Fresh Prince, or like when he go into all these different things, like in the '90s and 2000, I'm like. You know, growing up, as I grew up and started getting in politics, and especially when he became president, I'm like, yo, he was just doing that to raise his brand.
He was using us all of these years to get where he wanted to get. Now look now it's like, let me just keep using it because everybody needs something right now. It's a bad time. I'm gonna smack y'all with 2 racks.
Say he did. I mean, you look at history. How many times have we been used to get to where they need to be?
Bro, I was in an argument. Well, not even an argument. I was in a room on Clubhouse yesterday for like 4 hours, bro. And people wanted everyone to explain, was Trump racist or not? But you couldn't say nothing about the other side. And I'm like, so even for this sake, could we say that, you know, Trump is racist or Trump's not racist without looking at like who's the opposite of him? And that's Biden. Is like, is he racist? Like, does he not play it? You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, who's more racist? So it's like, even if he is racist, what if one is like way extreme and he's not so extreme?
Yep, I agree.
That's my thing. But if we don't look at both sides of the spectrum, it's like,
we in the trenches, man.
Oh, we in the trenches. Oh, nah, they build it next door.
They doing it next door. Yeah,
it's all good though, man.
Sound like a camera. Like
It sounded like a hammer because it was getting louder and louder.
Yo, funny as shit, but
I
nah,
gotta
like
cover it up too. Like,
nah, but
You protected by
Say niggas got a one
quadrillion.
shooter out there. They ain't-
Better believe it.
nah, but you
shooting that
you're
shit.
absolutely right. The way I
Harlem
see it is this, right? When you said that, like, you was arguing with the person on
Pow.
when you said you was yo, I can't even get this shit out. Yo,
Cause look, you hear outside. Stop shooting that shit.
nah, that's at first it sounded like that. I'm like, oh, what
When
the
it started getting louder and louder, I realized, nah.
If I would have heard the car took off, I'd have been like, yeah, you know, we in the trenches, just know that. But nah, but for real though, when you brought that point up saying like who's more racist type thing, it's like when you look at Biden, they say you can't bring up the past. You know what I'm saying? You can actually go on Google and see him in pictures with white supremacists. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying with Biden. So it's like my whole thing is, if Trump was rocking with the black folks before he got into office and then started building more of his off of the people that supported him, you get what I'm saying? Then you look at Biden. All right, you took the approach beforehand.
Biden ain't never rock with black.
No,
folks.
listen. You took this approach beforehand, but now that you wanted to run for president, you actually used us more so than anyone else.
Just
So
another white nigga with the gift of gab.
So it's
And
like
he can't speak, bro.
So and then my thing
I'm
is, it's
like,
like
yo,
it's like yo, here's
out
the
of it.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everybody's
fellow
so excited.
We must.
No, but you gotta
All the
think
time.
about no, but you
Yo, for real.
but you gotta look at the history of
Drink some
Democrats though.
water before you get out there, nigga. Like, what the fuck is
No, but just think about the history of the Democrats though. All of them niggas had some sort of form of smoothness to them. All them niggas.
do be trying to sound like a smooth cat too, don't he? Better drink some water. Better drink some coconut water before you get out there.
Yo,
Go ahead. We support you, so now it's time for you to support us.
that is true.
Petty.
Like I said, he speak more Spanish than I, and I got that in me. Pause. But yeah, like I just overall feel like all the promises that Biden is making is taken away from the fact of what he's actually going to do and what he's actually can accomplish. You know what I mean? If they haven't learned from presidents before Trump, all of this promising shit never really comes to fruition.
Which is dangerous. Well, I'm sorry to cut you off,
Nah,
not to cut your wisdom, but you made me think about something. He has control because the House and the Senate is controlled by Democrats now. So essentially, if Democrats just want to fall in line with Biden, who's the president of the same party, they could easily get all the laws passed. There was things like when Obama was in office, he had Republican-controlled House Senate, so he couldn't get a lot of things passed. But Biden essentially could get a lot of things passed. But you got to look at it from both sides of the coin. What is his intention, right? We spoke briefly about China, and it's a real thing. You have to do research on this and make your own, I guess, understanding of what's China's role in a lot of what's going on in the world. And then you look at the connections that Biden has to China. This is all documented, like government websites. Go check them all out.
I'm definitely
but then there's things like, Trump calling it the Chinese virus, and then people like, what? And he's like, yo, it got released from a lab in Wuhan.
Yeah, that's what it was called at first. It was called like the Wuhan.
No, I mean, he
Wuhan
said it
outbreak.
got released from a lab. And then people are just like, yo, the president's going crazy. He said it got released from a lab. But, I mean, he's the president.
I feel like it's a terrorist attack. I'm sorry.
Like, isn't it? Wasn't they the first ones to get it? And usually their news hit over here. It's like a week behind or something like that.
This is the thing. Trump, even and I'm not defending him one bit, but I'm only speaking in truth and in fact, right? Like, he cut off the United States border to Canada before the Prime Minister of Canada cut off the border to the United States. So nobody's going at the Prime Minister Trudeau and saying, yo, you're responsible for all these deaths because you didn't shut the border earlier. Like, nobody's saying it to him, but they come at this guy like that. It's only I think that's my biggest thing that I'm starting to realize and come to understanding, and even doing public policy, running for office myself, supporting different candidates. Like, I believe in people that I really believe in, and they have to just be genuine. What's that? Read it, and we can end on that one. But read that.
Nah, because it says right here, it says Biden's China policy, a balanced act for a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's a lot of situations that, you know what I mean, I just started, looking this up.
And one thing I did notice, I don't know if you got
he's paid by China.
He's well connected with China, man. This is what I'm saying.
bidding.
He's gonna repair the relationship and everything with it.
Who is Biden?
Yeah, he's gonna open the door for them. Like, come on in,
And then
guys.
you just said y'all just talked about how the Chinese China just bought property over here.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I'm
already
saying?
over here.
And,
Like,
they're building a military base in Canada as well as Hawaii. Awesome.
That's crazy.
These are all
Another white
documented
nigga
things.
with
I mean,
the
does it? What does it mean to us though, right? I guess it depends on how you look at it. Some people don't look at it as a threat, but I'm just looking at it like, why? Just why? That's just my main question. Why? Like, why are you buying more property in the United States than United States residents? Why are you building military? Why is there 250,000 Chinese troops scattered on the outside perimeter of the United States? Why did the president say this virus got released from a Chinese laboratory?
Yeah,
why is it that we had no people outside on New Year's Eve in Times Square and China was lit downtown? Why? That's what I just want to know. Why? Why do we have almost like the same amount of deaths we pretty much have every year? Even with COVID, like we pretty much still on the same. Why? I just want, why are these things? Why is the flu non-existent no more? Like why doesn't the flu exist? Why flu cases are down?
Well, yeah, that is true. Flu cases are down.
They're down
Flu cases are down.
much.
They had deaths every year, but the numbers are definitely down.
My question is, does COVID replace the flu?
Yes, COVID replaced. Hold on, you gotta understand. COVID replaced everything.
So
no, hold on, real quick, because I don't want to get you to jump out there. So, COVID replaced everything. So, COVID gave the ability for not governors, for doctors, right, to be able to say someone has died from COVID, and they could assume that. So, in the legislation, even money. the words assume, I should say, are in there, so they could assume this thing is snoring. We gotta get him a mic. His mic definitely would have been like.
That's a fact.
But this is the thing. Like in with COVID-19, it says, hey, like a doctor could assume that a patient had COVID-19 when they died. This is why when a person get in an accident, they can say, hey, he had COVID-19. Mm-hmm. Hospitals get paid more money for COVID-19 patients.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. Have you seen lately that they've been saying, no, because now they're pushing the vaccine. When someone passes, it's not because of the vaccine or it's not because of COVID.
So you can't, no one...
You mean if they get the vaccine and they pass?
Are they pushing the vaccine agenda now?
No, yes. So yes,
they pushing it.
Yeah.
He just came on and put more money towards it.
It's important to understand. You can't sue anyone for COVID-19 or the vaccine. Like you can't sue no one.
Right.
There's not gonna be how they got the commercials of the baby powder we had. Like if you were using baby powder, Johnson & Johnson. Class action law. There's not going to be none of that in 10 years. It's like, if COVID-19, you can't sue anyone behind that.
The emergency authorization.
The way they laid out the legislation, there's no way you could sue anybody behind it.
Right.
So it's just, it happens. And what's different
about
this
It didn't even go
vaccine,
through the FDA, though.
So it ain't going to be no commercial later on.
It just got released due
talk about
to the time. Yo, they covering their ass.
Yeah. No. So what's different about this vaccine is that I think it's an mRNA, if I'm saying the words correctly, but it's so what it does, it doesn't actually give you a piece of the virus. Most vaccines you get, it'll give you a little piece of the virus so your body could get immune to it.
Basically.
What this does, it gives you something that looks like it's the virus so your body can react to it. So it gives you some artificial stuff to make your body think it's really a virus, but it's really not. And a lot of the side effects, I don't know, from what I've been seeing, are like neurological side effects, right? Like they're not, when you get a flu vaccine, a normal flu vaccine, you usually get sick. You get a little fluish. These are like, people are like twitching, shaking, passing out, like a lot of neurological stuff. So
fuck
it's,
that.
For me, it's interesting. I'm good on it. I'm good on it. I told my family, don't get it. I know, I was talking with a biologist, and she was saying, that they were noticing like when people get the vaccine, like a smell of like alcohol starts coming out of like their pores in their body and stuff like that. I don't know how true it is, but yeah. So it's interesting stuff, man. I salute everyone. I tell everyone to get healthy. Eat your vitamins, drink your water.
Get your sun.
Plants in your house. Put some plants in your house.
Definitely some plants in your house.
Talk to them.
That's why grandma like plants. You heard it, Quay?
You remember? Yeah. You remember that the thing I sent you with the thing I told you to post?
Y'all hear that snoring?
Yeah, it's real. You remember that little thing I told you to copy and paste in Google?
Yeah.
No.
It was about COVID, and it was showing like that they were
I think I
copywriting
remember
this
that.
years before it even occurred.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
well, it's been here. A different strand of coronavirus has been here for some time. Bill Gates has spoke about that before. It should just evolved. This is different. This one is just different. And even the way, like I said, the vaccine is different. And then I was looking at Dr. What's his name? Fauci was online, and he was like, it's not proven that this is going to stop you from getting the virus. Like, there's no proof in this. I was listening to one of the mayors in Jamaica, and he was like, "Nah, we let everybody else take the virus first, take the vaccine first." He was like, he was like, once everyone take it, the United States, the bigger countries. I was watching it today. The mayor, he's like, once the bigger countries take it, if it works good, like, all right, then we let it in.
Yeah, we'll let y'all be the guinea pig.
Facts.
I'm right with him.
And you got to think about how they're even rolling it out, right? So a lot of people, even younger age, can't even get the vaccine right now. So they started with the older population, the healthcare workers, frontline workers, and then they're rolling backwards in age. And bro, you got to remember, these are all different batches of the vaccine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's different batches. You got to take 2 different shots with it. It's like making my eyes itch right now just thinking about it. Like,
that shit is crazy.
Yeah, my cousin got it right from the hospital. He got his second dose
vibe today, man.
They rolled that shit out fast.
I just want to shout out to you,
So he got
Quay, for getting a good set going, man.
God.
Nah, for sure, man.
Nah.
Y'all gonna have to bear with me one moment. Y'all can keep talking about it.
I'm scared.
Everybody's gonna see someone they know who got it if they work in the healthcare
on the podcast.
Like,
I got no choice.
Do it
because they offered it to me. Like, word up. Like, I declined. I had to send in an email opting out. Like,
I can't.
No,
I don't want to fuck with that shit.
But my mom's, she works at the hospital. She took it. My cousin, he's on his second dose. My mom's second dose is like Wednesday or something. So she already first dose, second dose. I'm like,
damn.
They ain't playing at that hospital, like, you know what I mean? Like,
nah, I can't do it.
I don't want to fuck with that shit, yo. Give me some citrus peelings and I just be doing my home remedies and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to be doing all that.
I just don't like.
Shit.
First of all, I never even took like flu vaccines, right?
No, I don't even.
Oh, you don't like them?
No, I don't rock with them.
Me neither.
People say you shouldn't do that, man. Listen, as long as I keep eating healthy,
absolutely,
I barely eat healthy. I barely do, but fruit. You got your oranges. You got to keep up with your vitamins and how much you take in and how much you supposed. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keeping up with that shit, you should be straight.
Gonna be good,
You're gonna be good. I'm good with all this shot shit. Every now and then I take something for the headache or maybe a Dayquil or NyQuil to cure some little small shit. But nah.
Word.
I'm not about to shoot up. Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
You ain't sticking me.
No vaccine.
Because pretty
I
soon
don't even approve of half the shit they be sticking these babies with when they
that shit that just makes me feel like they're getting closer to somehow putting a chip in us, man. I'm just.
Oh yeah, they already got it.
You know what I mean, and especially how you talk about the.
I seen that shit years ago when they was
Elon
talking
Musk
about
and
the chip.
RFID chip.
That's more so in the future. Like,
like-
I'm just.
Yo, Elon Musk.
And then going to cryptocurrency,
Musk is on
you know what I
some
mean,
other
and then the
shit.
dollar value keep depreciating.
Man,
to
crypto's the way.
I think pretty soon.
Crypto's the way.
And then you see movies where you know what I mean you gotta freaking scan your wrist. You want to pay for something. Like
tell
it's
us everything in the
crazy.
movie.
I seen that shit on the fucking. They had another one, a little commercial about it. They got it in your hand. It's like right there in your hand.
Yeah, right.
And you
right
gotta
here.
scan when you're walking out. You ain't even gotta scan. It just scans when you walk out.
Exactly.
You know how like the easy
You ain't
pass
gotta
is?
do all
when
that.
you drive by
Yeah,
and they
you
take
just-
pictures. They're gonna have a little joint you walk through. That's gonna have several cameras. That's gonna take a picture.
That's why
they're
I
gonna know
heard-
like when you walked in, when you walked out, everything.
That's why they
everywhere
want you
go.
8 feet apart. Get used to it because that thing gets confused, kind of. So they
Gotta
need
process
you
all the
distant.
You just,
numbers.
you just gave a hack. You just gave a hack. You just gave a hack. You
There's
heard
a
it
lot
first.
of.
We hacking shit.
There's
No, we
a
not.
lot
No, we
of-
not.
They gonna fuck
Nah,
that. They
man,
gonna
that's
fix
real.
that now. They be watching. Think they don't. They gonna fix it now. They gonna say,
Okay, so-
nah, we gotta fix that.
So since we, let's keep it politics. You know what I mean? Because it's actually a good, topic. So, will our economy ever recover?
I think it's just gonna look different. I don't know if it's gonna recover. I really think, in order for it to recover for people, I guess in a sense, it has to reset. So I think that I think we got to go way, way, way to the bottom before we start to go up, as far as the economy goes. Personal opinion.
Everybody gotta stay down. You have your downtimes.
Yeah, but I feel like
It's just one of those where you just gotta,
Yeah.
I
at
feel
some
like-
point everything gonna go back the way it was, or if not
It's
better.
never
but
going back to same.
I don't know if it's
So
gonna
never-
go back the same.
Nope.
No?
Because the
I don't
whole
think so.
plan has changed. You
yeah.
have to be isolated in big cities,
that's a fact.
and the rest of the
But,
land
there's
is for
some
nature.
areas where
Like,
it
So
may
you
be
think this is
different.
gonna be forever? This
and
is
a
how
lot
it's
of
gonna
people
be.
got to get killed off. Like that's the Agenda 21. Like
Nah, you right.
That's-
That's crazy.
that's the
Population
bottom
control.
line. Like,
Population
they
control
already
a little
know
bit.
what they're
Population
gonna do.
control.
They already said 2030 is gonna be like 2004, 2050. It's already planned. Like we have to do this. So that's why I'm like, you just read what the plan
Well,
is. Like,
they word it under depopulation, right? So like
Population
population control.
Yeah, well,
rather
that's
than
a bad word. How you
population-
just said that. Like,
no, but this is what I'm saying. But I get what you're
I mean,
saying.
that's a bad word too. If you really
Yo,
think
yeah,
about it.
it is.
They try not to
But-
say neither one of those.
yeah, exactly.
They try to just tell you something different. That's what they try to
but
do.
depopulation is literally what it is.
True. No,
It's
you're
literally,
right.
it's
That's
literally
the-
like, yo, the areas are too crowded. Population control is more like how we control they move. Like for me, my perception
True.
of it. You know what I
That
mean? It's
is.
like how
That
people
is.
move within the population. Depopulation is really what some of the bigger agendas are about. And you can look on, different sites, different organizations have these that have been around for hundreds of years. They have these plans for depopulation. There's certain areas in the world where you only can have one child. Why is that?
That's like China, right?
Hell, that can't be fucking China. Hell no, it can't be.
There's some of
No,
the,
is it
that's
Korea?
how they got
is it
there.
China? Is it China or is it Korea? I know one of them. It's like you only can have one.
I don't
and
know
or-
which one, but it's
or,
somewhere
or
over there.
two max. I think it is.
There's a
I think
few
China's
places
the
like
last
over
place
there.
that they
There's-
saying there. I think China's kind of like you might have to have 5 before you.
I mean, but you gotta think how
They
big
out.
China is, though. You know what I'm saying? And then they got houses on houses.
Well,
you
they
know what I mean?
sleep-
Like, it's,
I see
it's
why.
crazy
Look
in
how
China.
many-
They
what it
live-
is.
But
Yeah,
they
but you
live
got-
different. Like you gotta, I don't know if you guys know this, but like for example, like Chinese families, like they'll sleep, like they'll put twin beds together, and like 4 of them sleep in 2 twin beds. Like 2 will sleep in the bed.
Damn.
Like they,
That's like our hood.
That's like their
Ooh,
culture.
shit, we did-
'Cause
I did that several
it's crazy, When I
times.
worked
Twin
at Cheshire
bed.
Academy, right? That's what they used to do. Like the girls, like from overseas at Cheshire Academy, they used to put their beds together, and like they used to like complain about it. Like the RAs and stuff used to complain about it. Like, hey, they're not supposed to do that, but that's their culture. Like they literally put their beds together and they all sleep on the beds. Like
I mean,
Won't need a big
if
area.
you from the trenches and you move to China, just know you can survive. You know what I mean? Because you already doing that already.
Yeah. We was on the floor,
Yo,
couches.
yo, in
And
the
then
shelter.
when I be in certain construction areas, they give apartments to certain people that drive from far to work.
Yeah.
Like from New York, Jersey, and down in the south and shit to work. Certain jobs, nigga, this is money. So I'm gonna go all the way up here. Nigga, what? They give them 1 bedroom. It'd be like fucking 5 air mattresses in there, the little twin joints. And they be like 7 of them niggas. And I was like,
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And one
Nah,
little
but
joint.
that's why a lot
And
of
it'd be
trucks,
like a little
that's why a lot of
one-bedroom
truck drivers now got
apartment.
the room in the back of it now.
On
And we
the
make
truck.
all this
Yeah,
bread and
like-
we all put in for whatever we need.
I can't drive on the road.
That's how they do it. Nah.
I couldn't do it.
Nah, I feel you. I fall asleep. I be dozing off like.
I mean, I'm a driver. I'm a CDL driver, but I just like over the road. I mean, like for long trips, like from here to Cali and all that. Nah, I gotta be home every night.
Yeah, my
in
boy,
my
he do
bed.
the driving and shit.
Nah,
And
that's
he
it.
be going for like a whole week, 2
Oh no,
weeks.
I gotta be in my bed every night.
Be out.
I don't play that because
Nah,
it's just
nah, I
about the
feel-
same. It's the same money.
Yeah.
It's the same money.
Okay.
Like, and anybody a truck driver know, like it's the same money. You could make the same money and be in your bed at least, 4 nights a week or at least every night a week.
It's not more. You for
Nah,
for-
hell no. This dude
That's-
got
'cause
more though. He told me he was getting a
Nah,
good
because
joint.
there's. I
It
know.
depend-
I know.
it depends what
well,
you
it
do
depends
on
if you
truck
own
driving.
your own truck.
No, well, well, all that kind of plays into it, right? But when I say local, like, so if you're driving for like a company, driving around delivering liquor, right? You're gonna make probably $17, $18 an hour. But if you're like driving a oil truck, you probably make $32 an hour. So that $32 an hour, $60,000, $70,000 a year, you're up at around the same with a truck. And then you could get higher.
I got you. I got what you're saying.
Higher
I get
in
what you're
truck
saying.
driving if you add like a triaxle onto it or something like that.
I get what you're saying.
And
So
then
it
you can
depends
make
on
like
what you're
100,000.
driving.
Yes, that's
Okay,
exactly.
That's probably
that
why
matters.
this dude,
That
because he get
matters.
paid. He was doing like the car joint. He was transporting the car.
Oh yeah, car haulers get. My brother does that. He get paid.
But
bread.
he got another joint. He was like, I'm gonna just hop on this other joint.
Yeah.
And he hopped on another one and he left that shit because he was like, this other one want to pay more. So
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know what he driving now, but I know
That's
what he
exactly-
was driving.
yeah,
he
so that's what it is
But
with
he
drivers.
traveled his shit. He
Okay.
traveled for like a week. He'd be going for like.
Hey,
week,
yo,
2
if you
weeks.
really think about it, if there's more CDLs, the way this government might go, it's gonna be a lot of transporting a lot of shit.
I hope
Well,
so.
that is true, but we also got to get into talking about our dispatching
Transport
company. But we
the
can't
right
do that
shit.
online. But we got to get that dispatching company going.
I already told you I work in logistics, man. We could
We
talk.
need to do that.
we could talk about
We
something.
need to put a date on it. So we're marking this calendar right now. What's today's date?
Nah, we ain't gonna tell you today's date because we
All
don't
right,
know
so
when it's dropping.
put a
but,
date by. All right, so by March 1st, we better know what's going on with the dispatching company. How about that?
All right, we could talk. We could
All
talk
right,
about
cool.
this. All right, but yeah, so we ain't really getting to it. So will our economy, ever recover? I mean, I know you said what you did. You touched bases on it, saying pretty much like you don't think it'll ever get to that. Well, it's not going to get back to where it is. And then you said, Ty, unless we take a major reset, but you don't see that that's actual option. And then Wave, what did you say? What you say?
I would have to say. I did say. I said there's a chance we could come back better. I mean,
Yeah.
we do have to reset. We do. But I mean, there's a chance we could come back the same way we were, or if not better. And he was saying like, nah, I don't think it's gonna be the same.
I tell you this right now. One of the major ways that I see us, the economy recovering, is what they did to a lot of middle Americans and less. Tax the shit out of us. You know what I mean? Putting up the toll booths that they've been talking about for years. You know what I'm saying? Finding different ways. They're going to find different ways to get that money back.
Yeah, but the money's gone. The real money's about to be gone.
Yeah.
So
But did we ever had the real money if we always were in debt?
it was that anyway.
It was that anyway. Yeah.
So that's why you can create the money if you know how to spell, and you cast it when the numbers are right. You gotta have 761, and that cashes $250,000 3 times a year.
Damn, that's
That's-
crazy. I didn't know that.
That's a spell. And they don't want you to cash that. So ask how many people right now come forward with 761 credit score, 800. I had an 8. I didn't even have 800, and I cashed at 50 grand. And actually, I only took 30 of it because I was like, I don't even need that other 20. I got my own bread. They just want to push it at you. When your score is at the 800, it's turnkey. It doesn't. whatever you want. You could put money down. You can not put money down. You're gonna get it. Like you're not a borrower.
Everybody say
They're
that
pushing shit on you. You gotta slow them down. Like
that part.
Like,
Yeah,
damn, that's just a different world in life when your
yeah.
shit is at 761 and above. Like,
Oh yeah, they start calling you.
you're not a beggar. Like I get like this in a couple of months. Like heavy. Like if I brought that bag and it dumped, and that's all money. You can have 20 bank accounts. Like, but you got to be careful because if you start taking cards and it starts reporting on your credit that you're looking for it, like you need it, is what I'm kind of really saying. And when you need it, they don't give it to you. Yeah. You could walk in the bank and you could be like, not say nothing, and they just pull your income statement or your credit score, and they're like pushing the money. Or you could go in there and they be like, not sure about you, even though your score is low. You just say something right or and they'll still push the bag at you. But it usually doesn't even go off of you. It goes off of the numbers. Like, but you can sell yourself. Like, you know.
Nah, that's true.
You gotta have a good business plan, but it ain't
Sometimes
even all the business plan. Nah, it's the numbers. You know.
That's a fact.
They'll make you guarantee it like they did me. Like I didn't even know how to set up true business credit. So I ended up having to put my own name on the line. But, you know, I did it. I learned.
See, that's what I want to learn more about, like business credit. You know what I'm saying? That's something.
It's books to read.
Because I definitely want to learn more.
That's what you got to crack open.
You know what I mean? Because most of the things that I'm doing right now is self credit. Like I'm financing, certain products to grow, the production company and stuff like that. Like I'm doing all of that with my credit. You know what I'm saying? So if I could learn more about the business
so
credit,
you're saying it's better to build a business credit?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, you don't usually have to pay it back.
I build my business credit basically. That's what.
It's the same type of credit as your personal credit, except for the credit score rating is different. It goes up to 100. So and most times I think it comes with a letter on it too, right?
It's got different ones. It could go up to 300 and something.
Yeah, there's like different. But
you're right. It's
but like
business credit.
Who monitors? Does Duns and Bradstreet monitor?
Yeah, they're one. Experian has a business credit monitoring too.
But yeah,
there's
you can
other
build
ones.
your credit. Getting trade lines and like even like for example like Sweetwater when you if you get something from there and you do the payment system and stuff but doing it through your business. You get what I'm saying? Different things like that. That's gonna put a trade line up there. And with business accounts, most typically they look at trade lines.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Not so much like with personal, it's more like how much you spend, bung, bung, bung. Business is more like how many trade lines you have. The more trade lines you have, the better.
Okay.
From what I've been learning, I'm learning more every day. So anybody anybody want to come hold down the business for me, holla at me. I need assistance.
Now, because I knew about that because, when I worked and I was in a position where I was in charge of, a lot of motherfucking inventory. I understand about, the auditing and then the borrowing against the inventory that you have just to create the capital to get more products and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew that existed. I just, I want to know how to go about that. And I know, like, especially you now, y'all know a little more about that than I even know.
Definitely gonna have
definitely got to tap in.
Yes.
But
definitely.
Because I got some shit.
That's right. I want everybody to win,
you
bro.
You already know
I want
in the
everybody
construction
to win,
field,
man.
nigga. I want to take that shit to the next level.
That's my next business is a construction business.
See?
I've been buying all the tools.
Word? You electrician?
Oh,
Man.
So
he do pretty much.
Is,
I seen him up in here doing pretty much every damn thing.
I be pulling contracts and shit sometimes too. So like, I be trying to like.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to build my shit.
You got a business? For your electrician?
Well, me and my mans, we about to start some shit.
Oh, word, yeah.
But like he like an electrical engineer.
Oh, word,
so like he do a lot of handyman shit himself anyways. His job, he got to be a lot of hands on with shit and tools and stuff. Take shit apart, put it together. More so electronical shit.
Okay, got you.
So a lot of things people don't know what to deal with, like homeowners and shit like that, refrigerators, stoves, all kinds of stuff like that. So that's where he like specializes in fixing and shit like that, and even other shit. Just all around shit. Even fucking putting a damn doorknob.
You like the big voltage, like the 240?
I'm high voltage.
High voltage.
Yeah, 120, 240.
Oh yeah.
So like,
this all free game for everybody who out there watching and listening.
That's my thing. Like I want to get more into like the construction thing. Like I said, I do little contracts and shit for what I do, but I want to pull major contracts. You know what I'm saying? Later on.
That's real.
Oh yeah.
So
even
we got a
city
company we're gonna start, and I want to
government
I want to build my
contracts, all that.
business. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I mean, later on,
Oh,
this
yeah, we'll
something that's
talk.
gonna pop for the rest of my life. Like,
We'll
you know what I'm
definitely
saying?
talk. We could put you on to some. We could definitely put you on to some things, especially like, you know, even how to get to like the city contracts, the government contracts, even private contracts.
Yeah. See, now I did jobs for like government. I worked under a master electrician. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word, dope.
That's who I worked under, a master electrician. So I did a lot of government funded
Jobs,
projects.
yeah.
I did schools. And,
Now imagine
and
if
been
you
in
was the
different
one
places.
getting
You know
all
what I'm
that money.
saying? Huh?
Imagine if you was the one getting all that money.
I mean, I ain't gonna say I was getting paid good.
No,
but
I
was-
was. I'm pretty sure.
No.
But imagine what he
You're
was
good.
getting.
Yo, you're good compared to
I was
his.
sitting there like, whenever I sit back and think about it, I'm like, yeah, I know this nigga was getting some cake.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
know
fact.
it.
That's a
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It kind of helped my situation a lot.
Pays to
So
be
I'm
a
like,
business owner,
what?
man.
Yo,
What?
I'm
Hell
telling
yeah.
you. Yo, I never forget. This is like maybe 2 years ago. You know, when I was doing that nightlife game,
Yeah. You
the
was doing
real
it.
nightlife,
Nah, you was
not
definitely
not the
doing your thing.
clubs, the other nightlife.
Okay. Yeah.
The
Okay.
asset,
Yeah.
the asset recovery.
Uh-huh.
I remember my boss saying to me, he was like, "How do you make this much money?" And I'm like, "Bro, this ain't even a lot of money." And he was like on like low key hating, and I'm like, "Bro, hold on. I get 20%. I'm a 100% commission employee, and I get just typically 15 to 18% of every, you know what I mean, of what I make. But I'm 100%, so everything I only get paid if I if I recover assets, right? So he's like, yo, talking crazy junk to me, like, bro, like, how are you making? I don't even pay myself. I said, bro, you're getting 80%. Even if you had to pay your business expenses with 30%, that still leaves 50% profit.
That's a fact.
For you. Like, you know what I mean? But I think sometimes, you know, some owners and some in different levels, different industries and stuff, like some business owners, they see people like with potential that could come up, and you could see them that work hard, and instead of kind of like guiding them into a place where they could start their own business and build it up, they try and keep you at a good level. They pay you good, because I was getting paid good. But it was just also like, he was just trying to keep me there.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep me there. I'm like, bro, I could go out and do this on my own. I'm getting 20%, and I'm doing 100% of the work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm getting 100% commission because I'm doing 100% of the work.
Yep.
And I'm only getting 20% of the income. So imagine if I went on my own and got 100% of the income, do 100% of the work.
That's why I be saying. That's why I be telling you a lot of stuff that I do on my own now. Be like, it be my job. Like if I do it, I gotta finish this shit. If I don't finish it, I don't get paid. And my thing is like, I get paid 100% for my shit.
Yeah.
Like it ain't. You know what I'm saying? If I have somebody come with me and help me, then I pay them. You know what I'm saying? But I get paid 100%.
So this actually goes into, you know, the last and final question of the night. You know, talking about business, I know this definitely can help prepare for this type of situation. But how to prepare for global reset?
Man, get food, get water, get silver, get gold.
Get you an electrician.
If you smoke cannabis and CBD,
Thank you,
get you
because that's
that.
exactly what I was gonna say.
First should have been guns.
Get ammo.
And then what? A toothbrush and toothpaste and everything.
Toothbrush and
Get
toothpaste.
yourself a first aid kit. Get y'all some.
I got two of
Goya
those.
cocoa
I got two.
water.
He said Goya
How
cocoa
long
water.
will this last though? Like
You gotta
straight
look
up,
at it. Not too long. You got coconut in that motherfucker. And this has been open.
bro. You lying?
How long?
This it expires on my birthday in 2022.
It ain't that long, nigga. How long you think a global reset gonna be? Longer than that, right?
Bro, that's a year and 7 months.
Yeah,
8
but
months.
you never know with these motherfucking people.
I think I just stick with the water.
Yeah, man.
Some meats, and we got to start
Facts.
hunting shit. Got to start hunting.
Facts.
This what
Nah,
it is.
that's a fact. Man, but,
I like fishing.
Get your
I'm good.
Get
your
those
gun
guns.
seeds, man.
Yeah.
Get the guns.
That's
It,
it.
it,
Seeds,
it goes,
yes.
yo, we gotta
Yes.
learn. It goes back to what you said before. We gotta learn how to live off the grid to be able to survive in this type of
Right,
situation.
solar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be able to make your
Yeah.
own solar panels. Do you know there's a way to turn wood into electricity? It's called a gasifier. Look that up. It'll show you how to make electricity. If the power goes away, some people are gonna die, but some people are gonna thrive. The people with the knowledge to build things, to weld, they are going to thrive. I am going to be on this side. Wherever I'm gonna be, no, it's gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna be growing shit. I'm gonna have power. It ain't even gonna be like nothing's wrong.
You know how to grow shit.
That's right.
I know how to make power.
Oh yeah, you're an electrician.
I'm coming to your house, nigga. I'm coming to
You're an
you.
electrician.
We are ready for the global reset, man. That's it. We ready. We got everything we need over here. So play with us.
Getting all my people,
we ready.
Nah, that's a
My
fact.
SKO.
I know how to hunt. Trust me.
What? Yes.
I'm good with
I
the.
could definitely bow and arrow.
Told you,
You
I
can bow
fish,
and arrow,
grow,
but I
nigga.
creep up
Shit.
real easy.
Yo, man, this has been great, yo, man. My friends and me, we're gonna drop this, bro, ASAP.
Yeah, this was definitely
Peace to the gods.
This is definitely a fire episode.
I know
you know
Quay probably won't hear that because that put work on us, but we dropping this ASAP, man. So
No.
shout out to everybody for tuning in, man.
All right, so this has to drop after we drop one episode because of what the context. I mean, the content that we were speaking on that one. I know you want this ASAP.
Yo, thank you everyone for tuning in with us. It's been great, man. Down below, holla at us. Wavy P, thank you guys for joining us.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Shout out to
Thanks for
everything
having
100.
us. I like this.
If you are actually listening to the audio, download the audio. We'll appreciate that.
Facts.
You know, we definitely will notice that. So
Facts.
download
Definitely
that.
tune in.
Support us. We'll support you. Submit questions to, there'll be emails down below. You can submit questions that you might want us to talk about on here, or even if you are one of those people that have interesting views and stuff, we could do a Skype and bring that to the platform where we interview you and we have a back and forth dialogue.
And we got that live music series that's about to pop off.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So artists really tap in. I mean live music. So it's really on. I wanted like a storytellers type vibe. So even local artists come in and explain. You know what I mean? Their songs and we get into it. But yeah, reach out to us, man.
That's dope. Yep.
My Friends and Me has been dope. Quay, you got anything else?
Nah, I just appreciate y'all tuning in with us.
We out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Peace.
It's been great.